Welcome back, everybody. I'm Batkerm, and you're watching Batkerm the Unknown, and today I have a special guest with me today.
What's going on, everybody? I don't have a cool name like Kerm does. You can call me Chris, being as that's my name.
Yeah, Chris works. Yeah. All right, so today we're going to try something new. We're going to have, we started something new. We're going to be watching horrible movies so bad that they're good. And we wanted to start off with one that we haven't really seen a lot of or even heard a lot of talk about.
And the thing of it is this one was bad.
It's
but so bad.
It's good.
It's good.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes. So a lot of you probably haven't heard of this one. It's called Samourais.
Samourais, which in and of itself is grammatically incorrect.
Yes. Yes. So if you go searching for it, it might not pop up initially. So we're going to have the spelling right here. That's
right. That's an extra S.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this movie, it is so rare and so obscure, never went to Blu-ray, but there are a whole bunch of movies that are stuck on VHS. But anyway, I first saw this when I was in college, and I mentioned it to people, and everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about? So I brought it up to Chris.
And I said, what the hell are you talking about?
Yes, just like everyone else. So I had him watch it, and what'd you think of it overall? That kind of sums it up. So,
you get past the first 15 minutes, and it's pretty cool when you get to, you know, the meat and potatoes of it, if you will.
Yeah.
It's just, it takes a second to get into it, and once you get into it, you've really got something there.
Give it some time. Yeah. The first time I watched it, I think I missed the first quarter of it, which I think is better. And then I went back and watched it with somebody for their first time watching it, and then I just felt like a dumbass. So,
who did you watch it with for the first time?
I don't remember. I just felt stupid.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's one of those movies, once you see it, you're going to kind of understand, and just, it's out there.
Should we talk about it?
Of course. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we open up on a foot chase in the woods.
In bamboo.
A bamboo woods.
Yeah. Bamboo forest, whatever. I guess it's a forest of bamboo, right?
I guess it would be a forest. Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
I mean, you're pretty much a horticultural expert at this point, so you would know that it's a...
I have a little bit of a green thumb.
A little bit.
I went to the doctor and it's fixed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I was starting to get a little concerned.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we've got this foot chase. Now, why was this samurai, an actual samurai, chasing this pregnant woman? That's right. Samurai warrior with sword drawn, chasing a pregnant woman through the bamboo forest.
Yep. Yeah, and that's how we start this movie.
That's how we start this movie. All of a sudden, the Foot Clan, or the Putties, or...
Some ninja guys come in.
Show up in gray suits, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
And attack our samurai, of all people.
And he kicks their ass, which is kind of cool.
He kicks their ass.
Yeah. And then he goes after the pregnant girl again.
Until she gives birth. Mm-hmm. Right there, in front of everybody battling with swords.
Yep. And it's a demon baby.
Because he grows from pretty much 0 to 60.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes...
That literally makes that noise. Comes out in a cocoon, if you will, and grows, ages, develops about 50, 60 years right there in front of you.
Yep. Knows martial arts right off the bat and just
right
starts
off the bat.
Going crazy and killing people. It's pretty interesting. And he's got an interesting scar of a spider on the side of his head.
On the side of his head.
Yep. Yep. He still wears a diaper the whole time though, right?
The entire time. Yeah. At least he's responsible about his urinary issues.
Yeah. I mean, if he's that tall, that would be a lot of stuff coming down.
But, oh yeah. But one would think that if he came out that much of a martial arts expert, he probably knows how to use the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah. And apparently... Later on, once you get into the story, you kind of find out what was going on with this baby, pregnant woman samurai thing. So it turns out the samurai was involved in a warring clan, right? So this warring clans, they're going back and forth, so he makes a pact with some demon, and the demon has to be in some woman's body or be born naturally somehow.
Now, mind you, they never explain why.
Yep. But he makes his pact, the demon goes, kills everyone, and then I guess the family is cursed, or that clan, or whatever it is, and it goes through the generations, and it's going to keep on repeating and repeating and repeating.
Now, our final girl will later sort of explain to us why. That, in Japan, it's dishonorable for a woman to die in childbirth. Now, relax, fellow Kerm Cave dwellers. I looked it up myself, and that is not true.
No. So, this movie is actually kind of a mixture and blending of two different cultures. French and Japanese.
In both cultures, it is not dishonorable for a woman to die in childbirth.
No. Things like that have been happening well before our time, and unfortunately it's something that happens, but it's not dishonorable. It just happens. So, yeah, they're just way off. They're trying to throw some other... One culture's trying to throw some ideas that they think another culture has into this movie, and it doesn't work.
It's been dubbed twice, also.
The dubbing is horrible.
From Japanese to French and now to English.
Yes. My favorite is one of the characters. He just runs around, and his insult, and I don't know if they looked at his lips and tried to match what it would be, and he just calls people Pokemon. Like, what's this Pokemon doing? What's this Pokemon doing?
That's a little bit racist. Because he's only saying this about the Japanese characters. Now, there are two distinct type of characters in this movie, too. Japanese, and I believe it's Belgian? Was it Belgian or Dutch?
It seems like the main characters was like they were an American family, and then you have like maybe they were.
I'm not sure what they were.
Yeah.
Because okay, let's get a little bit more into it here. Okay, so Samourais in the beginning of this movie is killed by the demon baby, right there in front of his new mom.
Yep.
Who he also kills.
But
we go to our title sequence.
Yep. And then it jumps forward generations and generations and generations. And then we're into what was back then current day. So right when the PlayStation 2 is alive and well and flourishing in the video game marketplace.
Now, Kerm is a nerd. However, this actually plays into the plot of the movie. That the PlayStation 2 is the latest rage.
It's almost like this whole movie is a commercial for the PlayStation 2.
Essentially.
Kind of thing, yeah.
But they have to be very careful not to call it the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I think they have things up there that say PlayStation 2
They do.
Or PlayStation.
They do.
But they never actually say PlayStation 2.
Nope.
Just for my game console or for my system. I want a new game. I want a new game. Look at this one.
That's right.
Yeah.
So in sort of present day, about 20 years ago present day, a video game developer is brutally murdered. Not to worry, Detective Fujiwara is on the case, who apparently is a big deal in the local police department. You know, they never really also say where they are.
Yeah, that's true. You just see them walking around. They look very official when they're walking around. I think
official.
I think it started with a crime scene. It's been a while since I've seen it.
It started with the crime scene.
Yeah, so you see them walking around. They passed, the police line tape. I think it was written in Japanese that they have to get under and all this other stuff. But very official, and you know just by the respect from all the other people that are there, this guy's a badass.
This guy is a badass. So we bring this very scarred and burnt-looking suspect in for questioning. However, they make it pretty clear that this guy is actually not really a suspect, but he's suspected of doing the crime.
Now,
I think it loses something in translation.
just a little bit, because the part that I love is later on, because again, I might be skipping a few things here, but it's just an old guy, the gamer. Is this what we're...
That's it.
Yeah, and I always got confused if this old guy was the brains behind the programmer, or how it all worked, or if this old guy, and they're not hiding anything, this old guy has the same spider scar on his head that demon guy had at the start of the movie, generations back.
So it sort of implies that it's the same person, but it really isn't at the same time, because he's about to be reborn again.
Yes.
Now, the detectives are questioning this old guy. If we're going to just call him old, they really never get into character names much either, except from our few main characters. Now, keep in mind, besides Detective Fujiwara, we haven't even gotten into our main character yet. That's a fella named Marco. More on him later. So, these detectives are interviewing old guy.
Old guy,
All of a sudden, old guy draws upon these mystical powers. Knocks out the detectives.
Starts doing flips and stuff.
Yes. Steals one of the detectives' guns, kills both detectives, blows the lights out in the interview room, and Detective Fujiwara is taking cover behind a two-way mirror.
And then the guy just walks right up to it. And he was in a wheelchair when it started. So then he just walks up and is like, hey.
Now, in one of the many moments of sheer brilliance in this movie, Detective Fujiwara shoots 5 shots into the two-way mirror and dives on through the two-way mirror.
Yep.
And does absolutely nothing.
That's it.
The old guy is just gone. Detective Fujiwara is standing in the dark room alone.
Yeah. Was there some laughing that they threw in, or just something in the dust and smoke?
It was something in the dust and smoke.
And then that's it. So
but
that's
you
how
can't tell what it is.
And then he's flying somewhere, so you don't know where he's flying.
That's it.
Yep.
So now we run into Marco and Nadir, who are trying to buy.
Which I love the music that they play when they introduce those guys. It's derm, 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 derm.
It's very like Bald and Skull from Power Rangers.
Yes. So we can't play it here for obvious reasons, but it's my favorite music of the whole movie.
And the music in this movie is something to behold for your ears.
It is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It's like someone was getting ready for a video game for PlayStation 2, and they just said, nope, scrap the game, but we're saving the soundtrack, and I got a place for it. It's going in this movie.
That's right. Yeah. It's literally a video game soundtrack the entire time. So, we jump forward to Marco and Nadir. Marco, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, are they going to the pool now? Or is that in a little bit?
That's in a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I'm jumping ahead.
No, you're good. So, Marco is looking to buy his younger brother a birthday present.
Ah, that's right. Yep.
They never really talk much about the present, or I'm going to cut the never really thing out because I have no idea where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I know he takes a Subway afterwards, but he's like, it's absent-minded.
I'm cutting this. Hang on. Because I just got lost in what I was saying. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
I'm old. I'm like the old guy.
Me too.
So, Marco is looking to buy his brother a birthday present. Cool. They end up in this sort of... It looked like a Funko Land, if you're old enough to remember Funko Land. It was like a GameStop.
Yeah, or EB Games. EB Games.
EB Games, yeah,
it was
exactly.
It had green accents, so I always think of EB Games. Yeah.
So they run into the video game shop owner, who is at first very helpful, but then kind of turns dick on them.
Yep.
But when you think about it, all they were doing was busting the guy's balls about releasing a video game that wasn't due to be released for a week.
Yeah, they were trying to get him to sell him a game. I don't remember if he said he has it in back or not.
He had it in stock.
They had the empty cases that they set out, and they still do this at GameStop. And it's like, hey, this is coming. It's an empty case. And they go up and they start, hey, let me get this game now. No, I want it now. I want it now. Like, why won't you sell it to me now? My little brother's got a birthday or something.
So finally, the clerk throws him out of the store, like anybody would. And what do these two geniuses decide to do?
He pulls out the game. They stole it.
They stole it. After brutally assaulting the store owner.
He was just doing his job.
This guy's just doing his job. They end up getting into a fight, knock him out. On the subway home, Nadir reveals that he stole the game.
Yep.
So, assault and larceny.
Yep. There you go.
Awesome.
Yep.
Those are our heroes.
So then later on, I think it jumps to like a pool. Like Marco, his little brother. Is Nadir there?
Nadir's there, and the little brother's friend is there.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
So again, there's some talking between everybody, and then you look up, and Marco's little brother is on a high dive in like some Olympic height high dive or something, and he keeps on yelling, "Hey, Marco, look at me, look at me!" And then Marco finally looks, and he just falls off the high dive. Falls.
Yeah, it even makes a cheesy sound like that too.
And
just this side of a Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, just about. Just underneath it so they don't have to pay for the Wilhelm scream.
That's right.
Yep. So then obviously Marco is concerned, so he jumps in the pool trying to find his brother, but it's not like a dirty old pond with like moss over it. It's like an Olympic pool.
A beautifully clean pool.
Yes. So he jumps in and he's shocked that he can't find his brother in the pool. So then he looks over to the side and he's like, oh, this Japanese girl just grabbed my brother and took him to the side of the wall. Like, okay.
Nurses him back to health right there and then.
Yep. Boom. Kid's fine. No big deal.
Happy birthday.
Yep. And then we have romance between Marco and the new girl. Yep. What was her name?
Akemi.
Akemi. Yeah.
Akemi. Excuse me.
Akemi. I think it was Akemi.
Akemi. That's it.
I don't know.
It's Akemi. He's right. It's Akemi.
Yeah. So they start talking, and all of a sudden they're going on a date at some point.
Yeah. That's how quick it works these days, folks.
Yep. Save a little brother, and then he wants to take her out for dinner or something along those lines.
Well, now on the way back from dinner, hilarity ensues.
Yes. Oh, see, this is where I get stuck.
We'll start up again.
Okay.
We'll start up again.
There we go.
So, hold on. What happens? I just fucking watched this 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. So do they go out to dinner and then she stays over, or does he go? No, they go to hang out and then he says he's going to go pick up her dad.
No. That's after he finds out she's pregnant. That she goes to pick up the dad.
That's right. She's not feeling well.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So isn't that when they get attacked at the gym? Don't they stop at the gym on the way back?
He picks up the dad, and the dad does like a whole bunch of. Oh no! So those guys in the gray suits open the box, and then they go attack the dad at the airport, and then the dad comes out, and then he gets picked up.
Yes. We're leaving out the gym part though.
That comes after, I think, doesn't it? Or no, just more.
No, the dad's not there yet because he breaks the nose. They go to the hospital to find out she's pregnant.
Oh
he brings her home.
Okay. Yep.
So when does that gym thing come into play? Is it on the way back from when they go out? Or is that where they went out to? They went out to the gym, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, because she's with them.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll take it from...
They just hang out.
Romance ensues and they go hang out at the gym.
Yep. All right. So then after the pool, romance ensues. But where are you going to go on a date? To the gym.
The gym, of course.
Yep. And when they said gym, again, this is my American thinking. All right, let's pump some iron. No, it's a boxing gym, but they just call it a gym. Which... that's pretty cool. I've never been to one of those. So they have rings set up. A whole bunch of other actors are there, and they're gonna go for a workout. And Nadir doesn't have an extra set of clothes.
That is true.
Yeah.
I think he wears the same clothing the entire length of the movie.
Does he?
I think so. I could be wrong about that,
Except
but I think he does.
The big guy lets him borrow some trunks, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yep. The one that he's intimidated by. Yeah.
Yes.
So. He's allowed to borrow some shorts or whatever, and he's really reluctant because he doesn't want to get his ass beat. So he dresses up and goes, which, on a side tangent, there's some other, for whatever reason, they threw in this other subplot of Marco getting a bike or a moped or something. A scooter. Yeah. And it's just completely random. And then the guy's just like, all right, fine, whatever. Here's a free moped or whatever. And it turns out Nadir did something shady. He said he was going to pay this guy. I don't know. Anyway, Marco's got a moped now too. So
Nadir is the original Slim Shady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is the shadiest of shady characters you'll ever see in your entire life.
Yep. Absolutely love him though. So anyway, they're at the gym, and everything just happens so quickly with this one. Then for some reason, there's a scene with these other, it's like another group of ninjas, or it's that other, the family of the clan or whatever, and they're wearing like the gray Japanese suits, like they just came, like they just came from a wedding in Japan, I guess. They're all wearing.
They are dressed to the nines. These people
in matching suits, and apparently they all know martial arts like nobody's business.
If you're looking for martial arts action, this is the movie for you.
Yes, and it's actually pretty decent. So I actually like it. Like I said, from the pool part on, the movie gets a whole lot better. The stuff about the family and history, yeah. But once you get to like the pool going forward, it starts getting better.
Well, it starts getting better. It's a lot more fun than it is, because they try to get into some of the lore behind this, and you really don't need it, to be honest with you. It's just, two rival families. It's the tale as old as time.
Yep. So anyway, they're at the gym. They start working out, and then these guys in suits bust in, and I guess they're going after the new girl that Marco just met. Akemi. Yeah. So they start trying to pick her up, and it all comes back to the curse from wherever. So they're kind of foreshadowing here, but she can kind of kick some ass. So she kicks a little bit of ass, and then everyone...
She throws these guys around the gym.
Yeah. During the fight, Marco gets his nose busted.
Busted.
Apparently he's not the best fighter, but again, he's the main character that we're
He can hold his own.
Yeah.
But not against these supreme Japanese, swell-suited, dressed-up warriors.
No. But the best guy that I love is the tall British guy that is... He's got the longest legs and the longest limbs I've seen, and he looks like a professional kickboxer.
This guy comes out of nowhere, and he tears it up.
Yeah.
And literally the sound this man makes, and he is just flexing and showing off for one of these.
Yep. And he was like drenched and like glistening from the start of this scene. So he's
glistening.
Yeah. So he's set up, and I almost thought he was going to take over as like another chosen one or something else. But then at the end, like he just gets like some crazy double flip kick by the main dude in a suit.
Yeah.
And just
and that's
boom. It. Yep.
Done.
Yeah. So one kick, he kicked like 5 different guys. He like knocked them out. And then like the shortest suit guy just jumps up, does like some crazy flip, and then
done.
Yeah.
That's it.
So then anyway, they escape. Marco's the only one that, you know, has an injury. Everyone else is fine.
Of course.
And
fine or dead from a punch.
Yes, or that. And they all escape. So then they go back to Marco's house, and then Marco, he's the one that's hurt, but then Akemi, you know, she starts getting feverish or falls asleep or something, and she's breathing heavy, saying that she doesn't feel well. So they're constantly checking on her, so she falls asleep there, and then I think it goes to the next day.
We go to the hospital on the way back.
Okay, that's right. Yep.
So I guess we'll take it from when they leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then they all escape and they all leave, and then they go to the hospital.
That's right.
Yep, that's
Marco's
right.
got to have that busted nose fixed. Now they come across the least experienced doctor. I think you've got a better shot at one of us stitching you up and making sure you feel better. And we are no doctors. No. So the least experienced doctor on Earth takes care of Marco. This is when Akemi starts feeling really sick, starts feeling really feverish, and starts to pass out right there in front of the doctor, who looks at her and says,
"You're pregnant."
That's not what he says.
No?
No.
Oh, never mind. Spoiler alert. No. Never mind. What does he say?
So, no, he just looks at her, "Are you okay?"
After she's already on the ground.
Let's start again.
Actually, I like that. Keep that going.
You want to keep that going?
Yeah, keep that going.
Okay. Are you sure you look like an idiot?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the point. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so he doesn't say she's pregnant. He says, "Are you okay?" Yeah. Again, it's been a while since I've seen this.
I just saw this a couple of days ago.
And he already forgets.
Based on your recommendation.
Scarred for life now.
Scarred for life. Anyway. Hooks her up immediately to an ultrasound machine.
Of all tests, like, nope, she's pregnant, yeah.
Yeah. And determines that he looks at her and says, "Well, you are pregnant." If you can imagine, they're shocked.
Yep, surprise. But do they give like a time frame of how far she is or something like that?
Nope, sure don't.
Yep.
She's not showing or anything like that. She's still, remember, just literally an hour before, she's kicking ass in this gym.
Yep.
And now she can't even barely stand up. So they hop on Marco's scooter. They escape. Before they escape, though, they make a call to Akemi's roommate.
That's it. Yep, I forgot about her.
They never even really determined where that is. Call Akemi's roommate to make sure that she gets out of Dodge and escapes these gray guys. Again, never really get into why these gray guys are so bad or the fact that they're even after them to begin with.
They opened a box of bugs and then light shone out or whatever.
That's literally how it happens.
Yep.
The gray guys open a box of bugs and light shines out.
Yep, and now they're super-powered ninja people.
That's it.
Was her roommate dead?
Her roommate was cut to pieces.
Yes.
Inside of the room.
Yep.
They try to call the roommate, and that's when they find out the gray guys have been there and done her in.
I should have had a faster roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, she that wasn't a big room anyway.
Now keep in mind,
yeah,
Akemi doesn't even shed a single tear over this one.
No.
Doesn't
does she
concern
know?
her in the least. What?
Did she ever find out
that the roommate was killed?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the gray guy answers the phone and he goes, "Sooner or later, you are next."
Oh, okay. Yep.
Something like that.
That's what it is. Yeah.
They escape back to Marco's place.
I was thinking that they just went the whole way through, and she didn't even realize it.
No, not
Imagine
quite.
that. So you go through this whole movie, and then you come back and be like, "My roommate's dead."
Hey, what the heck?
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
Yeah. So anyway, she does find out. Okay.
They find out. They go back to Marco's place. She needs to stay there to hide for the night. And this is when Akemi tells him that her father is coming in from the airport.
Yep.
And they need to pick him up tomorrow.
Yep.
Her father is none other than Detective Fujiwara.
Surprise.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep. And of course, then I think it Turns over to the next day, or there's
day.
like a fade to black, wake up, and she is full-fledged, beach ball pregnant.
9.5 months pregnant, ready to have this baby.
Yep, and I think the little brother comes in and he's like, whoa, Marco, that was quick.
You act fast.
That's it. You act fast. Yep. So, I actually laughed.
The little brother's like 12 years old.
Yeah, I actually thought that was kind of funny. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, we don't see Marco's mom at all, do we? Or his parents?
No.
Yeah. Imagine what the parents would think. Like, they come in like, who's this pregnant
Yeah,
chick?
we just say Marco's about 16, 17, 18 years old, right?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Like, they walk in, they see a pregnant girl just asleep on his bed. Like, what the hell's going on here?
So Marco rides his scooter to the airport to pick up Detective Fujiwara, who he takes back on the back of his scooter.
After another awesome fight scene.
Oh, there was another fight scene. That is
where
true.
apparently he's also a pickpocket because he pickpockets like the nightsticks from like 3 different cops, and then just goes into a bathroom. He knows that he's being followed, and then just like breaks these out and goes nuts. And those ninja people know that he's coming, and
we're not sure how they know, but they know.
Mm-hmm. But didn't he fly on a plane with like a samurai sword, just in like a tube?
On his back, as if he was carrying a poster. It's just right there on his back, a samurai sword, flying on a plane. This is in a post-9/11 world, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, yes. It was, what was it, like 2000? It had to have been like close to like 2008 or something.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Then I saw it on HBO anyway. But anyway, we digress. So anyway, he beats up these guys and all this other stuff, and then I don't think the lead ninja guy was there. So
no, he wasn't, not yet.
That's how he got away. The lead short ninja guy wasn't there.
Not yet.
So he hops on the back of the scooter, they go back, and then he tries to kill his daughter, doesn't he? Or he explains to Marco the situation, and he didn't say that he's got to kill his daughter, but then he shows up and he's like, I gotta kill you.
Pulls out his sword and he goes to kill his pregnant daughter.
Yep. And then Marco intervenes.
Marco ends up with a revolver, some way, somehow, and orders Detective Fujiwara to put the sword down. Sure enough, a few minutes later, in bursts Nadir. I'm screwing this all up. Sure enough, a few minutes later, Detective Fujiwara kicks the revolver clean out of Marco's hand.
Yep, I forgot about that.
Marco being disarmed is going to be something that comes up quite a bit for the next few minutes in this movie.
Yeah, and then I think Nadir walks in with a
shotgun.
with a carpet first.
Oh, right, right.
It's a big carpet, and then everyone's like, the hell are you doing? And then he's like, oh.
Undoes the carpet.
Here you go. And it's a shotgun.
Points a shotgun at Detective Fujiwara.
Yep, the most, typical, or what you think of a shotgun would be with like the woods, the pump
stock,
thing,
yep.
and just a regular shotgun, exactly what you would think. And he eventually drops the sword. I think they tie him up or something like that? They tie him in the bathroom?
He escapes.
Okay. Okay, that's
yeah.
what, yep.
So he escapes the apartment at that point in time, leaving his daughter, Nadir, and Marco in the apartment.
Yep.
Akemi, of course, has the baby.
Yep. I think she goes up to the roof. Like, the ninjas show up, and then there's like a race to get her out, and they force her up to the roof
where she gives birth
to that little cocoon
similar
baby.
fashion, the cocoon baby.
Yep. So, of course, the baby, which is I thought it was a terrible, like, I know some movies you see, and it's like, okay, that's kind of close to, like, what a baby looks like, or that's kind of close. Like, this is, like, it looked like a giant gummy bear. Like, but shaped like a baby.
Hard to explain to you, folks.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like it doesn't move.
That's
normal.
A good way of explaining it.
Yeah,
though.
it looks like a giant gummy bear. It doesn't look like there's any,
anything to it.
Animatronics or anything. It just looks like here's a bunch of like gelatin gel, and here's
That's exactly what
this
it looks
color,
like.
and there you go.
There
and
it
wrap
is.
it in some spider webs or a cocoon, and we have a prop.
Of course, Detective Fujiwara is inside the stairwell of this apartment now as he's kind of chasing Marco and Akemi back to the roof just before she has the baby. And who shows up? None other than our gray fellas again.
Yep. And the head ninja.
And the head ninja's with him this time. Marco still got his revolver and points the revolver at all the ninjas. Now bear in mind, these guys are all have samurai swords in their hands and about to attack him and Akemi. What does Marco decide to do with his revolver? Absolutely nothing. He gets it kicked out of his hand once again.
Twice.
Yeah. 2 times.
Yep.
2 times disarmed.
Yep.
They take off for the roof of the building. Detective Fujiwara appears again. This time with his totally legitimate to carry on a plane samurai sword.
Yep.
draws it, and attacks all 5 ninjas in the stairwell.
Yep. It was just the head ninja that got away, right? Or,
Head ninja remains against Detective Fujiwara, who disarms the head ninja of his samurai sword. And just before Detective Fujiwara is able to plunge his blade into the head ninja, he, as in the head ninja, reveals 3 ninja stars. Throws the first one, and it strikes Detective Fujiwara in the arm. The second one hits him in the forearm, and the third one right here in the neck.
Yep. He's a tank. He gets a lot of abuse this movie.
3 Shoryuken thrown at Detective Fujiwara, who plummets to the ground, having his last few breaths of life.
Yep. But yeah, so then they shoot back up to, which, before we go any further, I just want to say this has my favorite counterattack of any movie that I've ever seen. I just can't wait until we get to it. It's a shoe scene.
Oh my god, the shoe scene.
It is. So obviously the head ninja's doing all this badass stuff, you know, whatever. But just wait until you get to the shoe scene. So it shoots back up to them, and
who are on the roof of the building by this point.
Yeah. So at some point you realize that the head ninja comes up and he's just tearing through anyone else. Nadir shows up and he's got his shotgun and he pumps it and he's like, oh, I forgot to buy bullets. Because, again, not every country has access to firearms, so probably got it illegally, and he forgot to illegally purchase ammunition for it. So obviously he's done in pretty quickly, and
the head ninja kicks his ass.
Yeah. So he's down pretty much. And then he fights Marco, and I think he kicks Marco's ass.
He kicks Marco's ass.
Yep. So this little, and he's the shortest out of all the people. And
out of all the people.
He's just tearing it up. So then I'm getting a little fuzzy because I'm thinking about the shoe scene.
Well, the whole
now.
fight scene's a little bit fuzzy. Let's get to the shoe scene.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. Just before the head ninja is about to do in Marco and Akemi.
With, I think, does he have a sword? Or?
No, he's just going to beat him up to death. He's going to beat him to a bloody pulp.
Yep. Okay.
Here comes Nadir once again with his ammo-less shotgun.
Yep. And he does something, but the head ninja just pulls out another
Shoryuken.
Yep. And he just throws it at Nadir, which favorite scene, he just does a Karate Kid kick. And they're nowhere near each other. They're a good distance away. And his shoe flies off. So, I'm not a physicist.
No.
No. But apparently he throws his shoe he kicks his shoe with such force that it hits the throwing star and then starts going back to the head ninja. So the head ninja gets the throwing star stuck in his head.
Right there in the dome.
With
Kenny McCormick style.
With the shoe, and then falls off the roof. And bye-bye head ninja.
And that's it.
Yep. So that's the head ninja.
Right on Nadir's scooter, breaking it into a million pieces.
Yep.
The only thought Nadir has is, my scooter.
Yep. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Akemi has her baby at this point in time.
Yep, and he's
once again
up.
Ages about 50 years and about 50 seconds.
Yep, into another martial arts master. I don't think he says a word.
Doesn't say a word, growls like a tiger.
Yep, and he's still bald.
Still bald, still has his spider discoloration.
But he gets a diaper somehow, and he's running around with a diaper now. So...
And the samurai sword.
And a samurai sword, right. So I think it kind of goes back to the video game, which again, we got to shoot back because I know one of the parts that we missed. I think that a detective, they were kind of investigating that game developer that died or
but that entire storyline is completely dropped.
Right. So apparently this game came with an awesome free accessory of, as soon as you would put the game in a PlayStation 2, there would be this little disc that came in the game case, and it would start spinning, and it would go straight towards whoever was apparently holding the game controller and killing him. So that's the only time you see it. But for some reason, this game, when they put it in, when they're playing it or showing ads for it, you see this, I guess, diaper-wearing demon or whatever he is. And he's one of the playable characters.
Yes.
Well, then all of a sudden, the game that he got, Marco, the game that he got for his little brother, we got to shoot forward now to kind of go forward to this. So now we're on the roof. So he gave that game to his little brother. So his little brother has his friend over, and they decide to put it in their PlayStation. Well, all of a sudden, Marco is a playable character in this game. Somehow.
Well, because the disc comes out and hits Marco in the back of the neck, which makes him...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So that little... Instead of killing Marco, it flies out, that little silver thing. And instead of
thing.
going straight at him, it goes in like the back of his head.
And now Marco is a playable character in this Dark Bushido 2 video
That's
game.
it, Dark Bushido 2, yep. And he's being controlled by his little brother. So he has to fight this ninja
demon
baby thing. Yeah. So that's basically the finale. It doesn't explain anything how the hell they get to that point.
No.
But this is where we are now. We're on a roof with a guy. It's almost like, was it Surf Ninjas where they do like the Game Gear thing?
Yes.
So it's exactly like that. So they stole from Surf Ninjas. So 10 years, that was like the 90s, right? So 90.
I think so, yeah.
So maybe 10 years later they steal it, and instead of Game Gear, it's PlayStation 2.
I don't get it.
Yeah. So anyway, they fight, and the demon looks like he's gonna win, and they do like Marco does like some crazy backflip, and the demon cuts himself in half.
Well, the demon becomes 2.
Right. Sorry. So the demon splits in half.
The demon splits in half.
So there's 2 of them.
There's two now.
It's not like left side and right side.
No.
There's 2 of this demon now.
2 demons.
Yes.
Marco's got to fight.
Yeah. So.
Who is being controlled by his brother.
Yes.
Through the PlayStation 2.
Yes. And the demon just goes to slash him, and instead the demons slash each other, and apparently that's the end of the demon, the end of the curse, the end of everything.
The demons kill each other.
Yep. And then the end. And is the detective dead, or is he still?
No, he's alive.
Okay,
He turns out he's fine.
Yep. So they go down the steps, and they just see him there, and they just like throw his arm over their shoulder, and they're like, "We're good."
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have a scratch on his body.
One of the weirdest movies I've ever seen. I think some of the people I've shown it to, they didn't even want to get past. They saw the first part of it, and they're just like, "This is terrible.
It's terrible.
Why are we watching this?"
Nobody knows.
So, out of all the movies that have gained notoriety from being bad, I think, or from being so bad they're good, I think this has to be one of the ones that shoots up. Because no one's talking about this movie. No one knows about this movie.
No one.
This was on HBO, guys, from back in the day. So...
Did you imagine paying that extra $6.99 for this kind of a movie?
It was late at night when I saw this.
Oh.
It was totally worth it. Totally. I saw it like 5 or 6 times on HBO when it was on there. Whenever it would cycle through, I was clicking on it because I loved how bad this movie was.
It's a doozy.
So, I don't know where you guys can get it. The only way I could find a copy of it was going on eBay and buying a DVD.
There is currently a copy of it on YouTube, so you can check it out. Samourais full movie.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. So, after watching this, go and watch it. Don't yell at me, but let me know what you think about it. Because it's not, once you get past that first part, it's actually pretty entertaining.
It's a very entertaining movie. A lot of fun. The martial arts action in it is pretty fantastic.
It is.
And you've got to watch it for just the insults, the dubbed-in insults that are just beyond any possible reasonable comprehension.
Yes. All in all, I had a lot of fun watching this. I love horrible movies, and I don't understand why no one's talking about this one. I know there's a lot of bad movies that are just bad, but there's only a few movies that I think are so bad that they're good, and I think this falls into that category. And
definitely does.
No one's talking about it, so please go to YouTube, search for it. We'll have the spelling of it up here, and we'll have maybe a link of it in the description if we can.
Absolutely.
But please, please, please go take a look at it. Let us know what you think.
We give it a so bad, it's good.
Yes, definitely. This is a good movie to watch. You get a bunch of buddies. You don't know what to turn on. Have a beer. Enjoy this horrible movie. Let us know what you think. What movies would you like us to look at next? I am kind of partial to Frankenhooker.
Ooh.
That one was entertaining. I only saw that for the first time this past year. But that's me. There's a whole bunch of others. I just saw Tammy the T-Rex too. And another good one is Jack Frost.
Oh man.
All good.
That one's rough.
All fantastic. Shannon Elizabeth is in that one.
That is true.
Yeah. So, and I think that was her first movie.
Was it?
I think. Don't quote me on that.
I won't.
But let us know what you would like to see us review next. This has been Batkerm and Chris Review. So let us know. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Where are you at right now? What are you doing? Where can the fine people reach you?
Fine people can't reach me anywhere. Leave me alone.
On here.
That's
here.
right.
So hit that like and you'll be supporting Chris. All right, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Support Chris. He needs all the support he can get at this point in time.
There we go. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let us know what you would like to see coming up in the future reviews.
Catch you later.
Bye.